Cricket from the coat hangers, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
Now I'm explaining to you what I'm doing here. In case you thought I came to rob the place or rip off any of this dusty old shit that the man has.
I wouldn't make you out to be a burglar, not in that outfit.
Harry called you his associate. What does that mean? Man, I never heard your name or read it in the Hollywood Reporter or Variety or any place.
It's what he said. I'm his associate.
You must bring something heavy to the deal.
I do. Me.
It says here you're getting Martin Weir for the part of Lovejoy.
That's right. We're getting Martin.
Come on. How are you going to do that?
I'm going to take a gun. I'm going to put it to his head. And I'm going to say, sign the fucking papers, Martin, or you're dead. That's it.
I wonder, would that work? You know who I see for the part of Al Roxy? Harvey Keitel, man who played in his sleep.
He's pretty good. He was pretty good in that movie, Fingers.
I missed that one. You know who else? Morgan Freeman. You know Morgan's work?
Morgan Freeman, yeah. But he's a colored guy, though.
So what? Or where's it saying the script the man's got to be white? Color's what the part needs, man. You need somebody to do it with some style. So what do you think of the script?
Well, the first thing that's got to go is the title. I mean, this writer's name, Murray Saffron, would be better than Lovejoy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. You know what I'm thinking? Why don't you and I, we sit down, we write the script over where it needs it.
You could write one of these.
There's nothing to it. All you do, you get an idea, you set down what you want to say on paper. Then you hire somebody else to fill in the commas and shit where they belong, if you're not positive yourself. Maybe fix up the spelling where you have some tricky words. Although, I've seen some scripts, I know the words weren't spelled right. There was hardly any commas in it at all. So I don't think that's too important. All right, you get to the end. You write in, fade out. You're done.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all there is to it. Then what the fuck do I need you for?
Because I'm offering my services on this one, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I need a ride sometime, I'll let you know.
Welcome back to our humble podcast. This is episode 191, the Cadillac of Comedies. I'm your host for the time being, and today we have a special guest. Mr. Chris Pawlak returns to chat about 1995's Get Shorty. How are you, man? Welcome back.
I'm great, dude. Thanks for having me on. You and I have been talking about doing this movie for a while because you know it's one of my favorites.
Yep, yeah.
And I'm super excited to talk about it. As per usual, I have my copious amount of notes.
Oh, yeah, all 14 pages.
14 pages today.
I appreciate you being prepared, man, or overly prepared.
Hey, man, I'm here to talk about the movie, and there's a ton of stuff that I love about it, and there's a ton to like. So we're going to get into it.
Definitely. Did you want to warm up everybody out there with some news first?
I don't know exactly when the show is going to come out. Sometime this week, sometime before Halloween. Yeah. Sometime before Election Day.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to remind everyone to make sure that you go out and vote. It's very important. It always is. This year, not to be hyperbolic, but probably more important than most to get out there and vote. But make sure that you do that. It's probably a little late whenever this episode comes out to, I would say, comfortably take your ballot and just drop it in the mailbox if you're voting by mail. But if you haven't dropped your ballot off yet, you can take it to the post office directly. There's probably a few ballot boxes in your area. That stuff should be listed on your election material that you got in mail. Your polling place, you can also drop the ballot off at the polling place. That should be listed on your election material as well. You can take it to the registrar's office up in Kearny Mesa in person. That's what I did a couple weeks ago. And they had plenty of stations set up there for people to just drive up and hand it over to the election officials. That's mail-in voting, which everyone in California has the opportunity to do this year because it's a lot safer with COVID still out there. But if you do plan to go to the polls in person, please be safe. Make sure that you wear your mask. Most likely, if you are going to vote in person, they're probably going to ask for your mail-in ballot. They ask that you surrender it so that you can't vote twice. So make sure that you have that if you are going to go vote in person. And take advantage of early voting. You can do that now at the registrar's office until, I believe, 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and starting on Halloween, which is Saturday, starting on October 31st, the polls will be open every single day through Election Day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then Election Day is 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. So please, please, please take advantage of early voting if you are going to vote in person. If you are going to vote by mail, please think of where to drop your ballot off safely. So any of those places I listed will take it. Like I said, you can walk right into your polling place and hand it to them. They will take it. But just be safe and be careful, and just make sure to get out there, because this is very important. Like I said, it's always important, but this year doubly important.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And just to let anyone know who might be unregistered, California does offer same-day registration. So you can register on November 3rd to vote, and vote on November 3rd. So please keep that in mind. Please get out there and vote, and please be safe.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Should we drop into recommendations then?
Yes, I have a few recs for you guys.
All right.
What about you? Do you have any recommendations?
I was going to go with the simple History of Horror Season 2 is currently on AMC and AMC Plus right now. Obviously, it's very interesting for me as a genre fan, but I think for people who are more uneducated about horror and the several different subgenres of it, it's very fun, and you can learn a lot if you care to, and of course it makes sense for them to put it on during the October when horror is kind of normalized for a while. So very fun show.
Yeah, I liked the first season that was on. Was that last year?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sometime. I enjoyed that one a lot, and I'm currently recording the second season. I don't know. Do you know how many episodes you're going to have? I know they've aired, I think, 3 already, and I know that they have one set up for Halloween, but I don't know if they're going beyond into November or if Halloween is the last episode that they're going to have.
I think I saw that they have 4 out now, so I'm not sure if this coming Sunday will be the last one for them. It very well might be, or maybe they're going to keep it going a couple weeks into November. But what they've covered so far has been really cool. They did a body horror episode. They did a Hell House episode about houses that are, evil. And then a straight up like monsters episode where they dive into King Kong and kind of the origins of monsters, which was really cool. Cool.
I'm looking forward to watching it whenever all the episodes are finished up, because I like to watch stuff kind of one by one instead of waiting a week.
Yeah. Are you so have you side note, are you finished with what's it called, the HBO Lovecraftian show, Lovecraft Country?
Yes. Sometimes I'll watch a show like week to week, like I did it with Lovecraft Country. I do it with Fargo, which is currently airing right now. Most things I'll kind of wait, but on the stuff that I know is going to be talked about on some of the pop culture sites, immediately, and I'll probably watch that right away. And I did that with Lovecraft Country, which was good until the last episode, which was it wasn't bad. It was just way overstuffed.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot going on, and they probably could have done another episode or two. But I liked how the show kind of... I heard it was kind of all over the place, but then, to be fair, I heard that the novel's like that too.
Yeah.
Where it's a little all over the place, and like one week it's like a ghost story, and the next week it's, you know, an adventure story, and the next week it's like a sci-fi story. But the episode where they were in Korea was fantastic. The one where they went back to Tulsa was fantastic. But the last episode, there was too much going on. It needed to probably space out another episode or two.
I'm a few episodes behind, so I have to finish it up.
You should have said something. I wouldn't have blown it up.
That's okay. You didn't spoil anything for me. I was just curious on your thoughts about it. But yeah, let's get into your Rex.
Okay. Well, because it's kind of the season, I have two. If you'll allow me a third, I'll give you a third, but the third has nothing to do with the first two. But because it's Halloween season, I would like to recommend, first of all, the 1978 version, so the remake version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Which the 70s version has Donald Sutherland and Jeff Goldblum, Leonard Nimoy, who was awesome in it, Veronica Cartwright, who is so good in it, and then the year after that did Alien, and she's so good in Alien. And then, so I don't know if you've ever seen the original version, which came out in the 50s.
No, I think I've only seen the remake.
So you've seen the Donald Sutherland version?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. I just rewatched it the other night. But the original version came out like in the height of the 50s sci-fi, but it was also like an allegory for the Red Scare that was going on at the time. And this version updates it to modern day, which was the 70s at the time, and it's like one of the all-time great 70s paranoia thrillers where, these people, something is wrong with them and you can't put your finger on it, but you know that something is wrong and everyone else acts like everything is fine. There is nothing wrong. But, the original, the guy who was the main character in the original, Kevin McCarthy, has a cameo in this one, basically playing the same character. The way that the original ends is with him in the middle of traffic screaming, they're here, they could look like you, but they're not you. They're here, they're taking over, and he just looks like a crazy person. And in this version, he shows up on the street in traffic, screaming about, they're here, they're taking over, they're here. So he's basically the same character that he plays in the original. But I love it. I think the music and the camera work in it are excellent and do a real good job at kind of heightening that anxiety and tension in the film. And it's directed by Philip Kaufman, who did the Right Stuff, which is a fantastic movie. But that's my first one. The remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The next one I have is the original movie for The Haunting that you and I have spoken about before.
Yeah.
The original from 1963, I believe. It's from the early 60s. You and I spoke about the remake a little while ago, and I just rewatched the remake last month, and the remake's no good. The remake from 1999 with Liam Neeson and Lily Taylor and Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's all CGI. It shows you everything. It tries to cram in like another storyline in it, but The original from the 60s, which is based on The Haunting of Hill House, the Shirley Jackson